my good pal Ken Pittman with me. Ken, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. What a day for this.
Hold on. They said it was going to rain, and they said it was going to be cloudy. I don't know who put that weather forecast out, but I think maybe Liz Warren had something to do with it.
This is a little pushback here by the residents of Massachusetts Bay Area, and I'm happy to be part of it. We have a very strong presence with the Democratic Party that's telling you you have no reason, you have no right to resist to things like illegal immigration. Now, nobody hates people, nobody hates anybody, but we do have to have law and order. We do have to make sure people coming into our country do it with documents to make sure that we're all safe. Instead, we're being told, you'll shut your mouth, we're going to take every one of the ones that are in our school system at $15,000, $20,000 a pop, we're going to pay for it and we're going to like it. Well, that's over. That's over.
We got Sheriff Tom Hodgson going to speak to you guys too. Sheriff Hodgson went to Washington last week and he told them, you want to run sanctuary cities, we want to arrest you and put you in jail. And you know what they did? They turned around and called him a jackboot thug for saying that. Can you believe that?
The fastest way to get people like Geoff Diehl in office, and the fastest way to get these people out of office is to punish the sanctuary cities, because you know something? When that federal money isn't coming in, they're going to raise the taxes on the people who are at one time supporting illegal immigration. When they're footing the bill heavier, guess what? They're going to turn and join us.
All right, I'm going to step aside for now, and I'm going to turn things over to Ken. Ken is going to be our MC. He's going to run through our schedule of folks over the course of the next hour and introduce you to our guests, who you're going to hear and cheer nice and loud. And together we're going to drain the swamp, all right?
All right, well, our first speaker today is the most important columnist and radio voice in the Eastern United States, I'll say. His brand is growing. I mean, he's syndicating every month. There's a new station picking him up. He's invited on national shows all the time. One of the top-selling authors, Howie Carr, ladies and gentlemen.
Geoff Diehl is here, among others. I think Liz Warren may even have a tracker here. Really, I'm serious. You know, she. Okay, is that better? Okay. Listen, I don't know if you heard the news. Neil Gorsuch was just confirmed. The U.S. military last night punished Bashar Assad in an appropriate way. And so it's a good day for America. It looks like we're back in business. Not in a ground war in the Mideast, but at least we bloodied a bad guy. And Neil Gorsuch has been confirmed. And that's what Liz Walker wanted. She wanted to do away with the filibuster. It's been done away with. Right? Well, listen, it's great to be here. I love the signs out there. I see a sign, Massachusetts taxpayers screwed in the stipend. You know what happened with that. We've got people that are, it's crazy what's going on Beacon Hill, you know? They say that they want to put gantries, these things, I don't know how many of you have been on the Mass Pike since they put the gantries up. They want to put gantries everywhere, every row. They want a gantry on dirt roads if they get their way, and they have more money for the hackorama. They're also pushing for a graduated income tax. They say it's only for millionaires. Guess what? Guess what? You're going to be a millionaire in about 6 months after they pass the graduated income tax. Everybody's going to be a millionaire. We're not raising enough money, they say. We need the money. They're also talking about a tax on services. You know that? They tried that in the late 1980s and it was knocked down. But who's going to stop them now? They've paid off all these reps. Everybody's the assistant, the deputy, associate chairman of the committee on dogs. And now they've got a committee on cats. You know, they've got a committee on parrots. You know, and everybody gets like $50,000 extra. The only two that didn't get a pay raise are the two right here. Shaunna O'Connell and Geoff Diehl. That's why the swamp has got to be drained. I like the sign that says Hodgson Rocks. That's your sheriff. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. You can tell he's a great guy by the people that are always attacking him, right? I mean, they go after him on national TV. There's the Gadsden flag up there. Don't tread on me. Trump, make America great again. Drain the bleach from the swamp. I won't say yet. Let's make Massachusetts great again. I can say that on the radio. Drain the swamp. These are all great signs. You're going to hear from a lot of good people. And it really takes a lot of work. I mean, it's harder now than it ever has been on Beacon Hill because they paid everybody off. It's unbelievable. No sanctuary city, not on my dime, says that guy's sign. You want illegals here, he said, use your own money. It's amazing that what these guys are making. People who you wouldn't trust to walk your dog are making $150,000 a year. They're getting 3 different stipends. They screw around with how they drive to work, so they get to the 50-mile limit, so they get another $5 grand. It's amazing what's going on.
Keep out of my wallet.
There's going to be a judge appointed. There's going to be a judge confirmed next week. The Governor's Council. Do you know about that? I think I mentioned this on Phil's show. His name is Senate for the BMC. Guess what? There's already a judge named Senate on the Boston Municipal Court. It's his wife. They're going to have a husband and a wife. It's a nationwide search. That's the way they're operating. Yeah, and they're gonna say the SJC is going to rule very soon that the ICE doesn't have the right to pick up prisoners from courts. I know. Listen, there's a lot of people that are going to speak here today, and I'm going to go over to BSM, get ready for my show on the air at 3 o'clock, and we're going to have Tucker Carlson on at 4:30 this afternoon. And then tonight I'll be at Fairhaven at the Seaport Inn and Marina. I hope you'll be there for my show, Kennedy Babylon. And right now, though, I want to turn over the mic to one of the great state reps, one of the people who, one of the very few people up there who didn't get one of those stipends. Hold up that stipend sign. Yeah. Screwed in the stipend. That's how you can tell. If they're getting the job done, they didn't get a pay raise. That's the way they operate on Beacon Hill at the State House. All right, okay, thank you. Here is Senator Shaunna O'Connell of Taunton.
Thank you, Howie. Howie Carr, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's hear it for Howie. We are lucky to have him on the airwaves, educating us and exposing everything that's going on every day. And I just want to say thank you to the men and women in uniform here. We appreciate everything you do in our communities, and we stand by you. Thank you all for being here today. It's great to see so many patriots out here today. Taking the time out of your schedule, out of your busy day. And now you know you're not alone. We are the silent majority, no more. We are here because we are going to what? Drain the swamp.
Drain the swamp. Drain the swamp. Drain the swamp. Drain the swamp. Drain the swamp.
So there's a lot of great people that are going to talk about some different things today. I just want to talk a little bit about the swamp today, because some people might be saying, what exactly is the swamp? Well, it is a cesspool of power and greed. It is the playground of politicians who look out for one another and don't look out for you. And then, of course, that begs the question, how do you get into the swamp in the first place? Well, I'll tell you, some dive in willingly, head first. Others jump in because everybody else is. And for the deep divers, it's all about the power and the greed and the self-service. For the jumpers, it's about going along to get along because they don't know how to survive. And that's just as bad as the deep divers, because the jumpers are the enablers. Yeah. And there are some people that don't even know they're in the swamp.
We're gonna know it soon. We're gonna drain it.
That's right. But you know what? They are all guilty. They are all guilty of hijacking our government, of pretending that they're representing you and fighting for you, and of abusing their power. And I will tell you that it is hard to survive outside of the swamp if you don't jump in with them. And Geoff Diehl and I can tell you a thing or two about that. Because even though it's hard, we will never dive into that swamp, and we will always fight for you. When you're not part of their little game, they try to destroy you. They come together to destroy you, whether it's Republicans or Democrats, conservatives or liberals. But you know what? The tables are turning now, because we are here together to send a message. What's the message?
Bring the swamp! Bring the swamp! Bring the swamp!
And together, that is what we're going to do. And the next speaker, he is going to take on one of the deepest divers in that swamp. And he's going to need your help and your support. I am proud and honored to work with Rep. Geoff Diehl. He is a hard worker. He will fight tirelessly for you. And I'm proud and honored to introduce him as the next speaker, Geoff Diehl.
Who here is from New Bedford? Real quick, show of hands. Most of you, right? I used to work in New Bedford at Poignant Signs. Anybody ever heard of Poignant Signs? All right, in fact, I gotta go to Gary's Hot Dogs when I'm done with this to get something to eat, right? All right, I'm Geoff Diehl. I'm a state representative. I've served with Shaunna O'Connell, one of the greatest fighters up on Beacon Hill, I promise you. Yeah, we're in the swamp, all right. We are in the swamp that just gave themselves pay raises through the roof.
Ridiculous.
For what? What have they done? They switched us over to the Affordable Care Act, cost us $1 billion overnight. They passed the tech tax. They passed the gas tax indexing. Who voted to repeal the gas tax going up automatically without a vote? You guys did, right? We won that issue. $3 million was spent against the taxpayers to fight that issue, and we won it ballot in 2014, and I was proud to be a part of the team that made that happen. I'm sure a lot of you folks were volunteers as well. So that was a huge win against the swamp on Beacon Hill. And then, right after that, do you guys remember the 2024 Olympics?
Yeah.
You guys remember that? That was going to be a $10 billion boondoggle for Beacon Hill insiders to get jobs, and it was going to be taking your money. The Olympics said they were not going to take taxpayers' money, and then they told Massachusetts, no, we won't contract for this, but they told the Olympics folks they would.
They never have enough.
We partnered with Evan Falchuk, who ran for governor. We actually got that as a ballot question. As soon as we filed it, they left town. We won that issue. So that was another win for you guys, the taxpayers. And against those on Beacon Hill who are part of the swamp. But now it's time for somebody to step up and go to DC and take the place of one of the worst people who is actually abusing taxpayer dollars. Someone who went to DC promising to work bipartisanly and has done none of that since she's been in office. All right? You guys know our senior senator right now is basically doing everything she can to stop the agenda of the new president. And by the way, I do want to stop for a second and just say one thing. Let's remember those brave people in the Navy right now. There is Russian warships heading over there. We want to thank them for the service they're providing and bless them for putting themselves in harm's way. But look, it's time to change the swamp in DC as well. And who is the #1 obstructionist? Elizabeth Warren. What has she done for Massachusetts? Does anybody know anything she's done for Massachusetts? How is your the fishing monument that Obama put in place? Has she done anything to help get rid of that? Has she pushed back on NOAA with the fishing regulations here in New Bedford? No. Where is she? I'll tell you where she is. She's gone around the country fundraising for every Democrat for the last 4 years.
Making new recipes.
Now watch out, right. And she's obviously raised a ton of money for herself. And now she wants to get the People's Pledge in place because she's got about $5 million in the bank. You guys think that she's got a little bit of an advantage there? Maybe she's rigging the system for herself in this next election?
Corporate money.
That's right. So listen, I'm going to need all the help we can get. We need another Scott Brown type win like we had in 2010 to take her out. And I can tell you this. I promise you I will work as hard as Scott did, if not harder, for the next year and a half to do everything we can to change that Senate seat in 2018. I'm going to need your help. You can go to dealforsenate.com to help out. And look, thank you guys for coming out today. You've got a great bunch of hosts on the radio station, WBSM. They have me on all the time. I really appreciate the work that they do to keep you guys informed. But you are the ones that are going to decide this race in 2018, and I need your help. So thank you very much for coming out today.